right, well, there you have it. Kyle Tucker to the Dodgers. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I thought he was coming to, but I guess not. I guess another fucking Dodger. I guess the Dodgers are going to three-peat this time, so hold on. I'll wait till the news comes out, till it's official, but I mean, now the Dodgers are supposedly sent Josh Lowe, Gavin Lux, and right-hander Chris Clark to the Rays for left-hander Brock Burke. I guess that's in order to have Tucker here. We don't know what the money is yet. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But, man, does this suck. This really sucks. Give me 1 second. I'll close out the light for this. But, yeah, Tucker to the Dodgers. Shocker. Shocker there. But what are you going to do, man? I guess now the Mets got to pivot. You know, the Mets got to pivot, and you got to go, and you go after Cody Bellinger. You know, I mean, look, Tucker was a great fit. He's a great hitter, but let's be honest, he's not the best fielder in the world. So I know we lost him. I know you pissed off. And I thought we had him. I saw that Steve Cohen tweet, I really thought we had him. So, but it didn't work out. But what are you going to do? Let's see what this deal is. I'm dying to see. Did this guy take like $200 million in deferred money? I'm dying to see. I'm dying to see what the final deal is. If anybody's got it there, give it to me. Because I'm just as curious as you guys are. Because this is crazy, man. They're going to fucking three-peat the Dodgers now. So this is why they're going to probably they're going to try to probably put in a cap next year. Who knows? Look, again, Kyle Tucker would have been great on a 4 or 5 year deal. But when you're talking in excess of, 6-7 years at $50 million a year, I don't know if that's going to age that great. I really don't. But we'll see. We'll see what this final. I'm curious to see what this final deal is going to look like. I'm disappointed. I really am. But, this happens, man. Everybody wants to go to the Dodgers. They're like the new Yankees. Go to the Dodgers. Oh, you're guaranteed that. I guess there's no pressure on you. And you take all this, you take all these, deferrals and all this. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's going to be probably what's going to happen is the Mets, I would think, are you going to go after Cody Bellinger? Maybe you offer Cody the same deal. Maybe you get him on, I know it's crazy. But maybe you offer Cody like a 3-year $150. What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? I mean, I don't care. It's not my money. But we'll see. We'll see. And again, I'm sorry for all you guys that, really thought that Kyle Tucker was coming in. I'm one of them. I thought it was a done deal. I said, we're going to get him. And here we go. Dodgers again. Dodgers strike. And again, all the odds were that he was coming to either the Mets or the Blue Jays. And he goes to the Dodgers. And they go to the Dodgers because they don't want any pressure on them. That's it. That's the only reason why you go to the Dodgers. He's going to be hitting like 5th or 6th for LA. He comes here, there's tons of pressure. Blue Jays, I guess he didn't want to go to Canada. Damn, man. And I guarantee you, there's got to be deferrals. I wonder what this looks like. I wonder what this looks like. It has to be a crazy deal. It has to be much better than ours. Because we were guaranteed money. No deferrals. LA works on deferrals. We don't. So, is what it is. Again, now you got to move out. Now you got to move on and you move to the next guy. Mike, I'm with you. This is crazy. They get everybody. They get everybody. This is Major League Baseball in 2026. Go to the Dodgers. It's a done deal. Nobody wants pressure. Unbelievable, man. What up, Armand? Shout out to you. We got a Blue Jays fan in here. Exactly. What is this contract? Chris, fuck you and your Dodgers. Okay, enough. Enough is enough with this, man. I wonder what our final offer was too. I guarantee it was very good. Guarantee it was very good. That's it. And if anybody gets that offer, put it up in this chat. I want to know. I'm going to say 6 years, 300 million, and like 100 million deferred minimum. That's what I'm saying. So that's my year. My guess is 6 years, 300 million, something like that. With probably 200, maybe 150 deferred, 100 million deferred. This is how they roll. This is a Mets space. Get out. He's talking to the Blue Jays fan in there. Shout out to you, Sam. Look. Again, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I know we wanted him. Myself included. I wanted him bad. But look, we still got Cody Bellinger still out there. There's other ways of patching this up. We can still trade for a pitcher. We still need pitching. That never changed. So again, before you go nuts, let's see what the offer was. Let's see what the final deal was, and then we'll see. So I get it. People are pissed off. We're pissed. Rumor is 4 years, so $60 million a year they gave this guy. Oh my God. Wow. If that's right, that's crazy. And I guarantee the Mets would have matched it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets matched it. Maybe they didn't. But we'll see. We'll see. It's coming. I mean, the Dodgers, how do you even compete with this team? How do you compete with this team now? Honestly. They are like a super team. I mean, they got the pitching, but they only won 94 games last year. But they added Diaz. I mean, it's crazy. Per Robert Murray, 4 years, $240 million. Includes an opt-out after 1 year. Wow, that is nuts. Opt out after year 2. Okay. Opt out after year 2. All right, I guess $60 million a year they gave this guy. And listen, he's a good player. He's not 60. He's now getting paid more than Juan Soto. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. Kyle Tucker now has a higher AAV than Juan Soto. This guy hit 22 home runs last year. Not like he hit 50. Not like he hit 60. 22. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm still trying. I'm looking myself. So let me see what I can find on this. Kyle Tucker to the Dodgers. And all the Dodgers fans are in my mentions. They're all celebrating. Everybody's celebrating. More than Vladdy. Sand says, more than Judge. My God. What are we doing? What are we doing? Kyle Tucker, he's a good player, but is he better than Juan Soto, Aaron Judge? Come on, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Again, how do you compete with this team? Everybody wants to go to the Dodgers. That's why it's so hard for the Mets. Even the Yankees aren't even in on him anymore. That is nuts. Tucker to the Dodgers. My God. My God. What are you going to do? Oh, look. You could pivot to Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger plays first. He plays center. Plays left. Plays right. So it's not the worst move in the world. Again, fit-wise, truly, Cody Bellinger fits the Mets more than Kyle Tucker. If you want to be truthful, what they talk about run prevention, Cody Bellinger is the better fit. My God. Oh my God. Let me put on this Knicks game too. Let me get the Knicks game going too, because I can't. This is crazy. Right. Chris says lockout is coming. And Bellinger had better stats. Bellinger's probably going to get, what is Bellinger going to get now? Is Bellinger going to get six for 300? I got to know what the Mets' final offer is on this guy. I got to know. What do you guys think it was? Was it 5 for 250? Probably, right? Probably 5 for 250, I would say. Because that's Stearns. That's what they were doing. I think Cohen thought he had him in the bag. Now, Christian says 6 for 320. So what does that add up to? 6 for 320. Do the math for me. Is that $40 million a year? 6 times 4 is 28. All right, well, we'll find out. It's going to be soon enough. Listen, I apologize. I know Mets fans are pissed right now. I get it. Mike thinks 5 for 250. That's what I think. I think that's where we stop. Oh, you were talking about Belly? 6 for 320. Yo, now Bellinger's like, So it's $54 million a year this fucking guy got. Oh my God. The fans are pissed. And I'm with you. But again, baseball's not a team, not a sport where you can compile super teams and win. So don't feel it's not like the NBA where you get the 2 best players and it's over for 5 years. It's not like that. Baseball, look at Barry Bonds. Look at Aaron Judge. They're the best hitters in baseball. They can't win a championship. Is Boris using the Mets and calling the probably, of course. But Belly wasn't a Boris agent. Belly was represented by XL Sports, which is who represented Kyle Schwarber and I believe one other person. Crazy, man. Crazy to think. Crazy, man. But again, on the bright side is Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker's been declining in defense for the last 5 years. All right, he's been hurt the last 2 years, hit 20-something home runs. It's not like this guy was going to come here and put up Juan Soto numbers. He wasn't. He's going to be good, but he wasn't going to be like a savior. So I'm not like devastated over this. I'm not. I'm okay with it. We gave him $50 million a year. He didn't take it. He chose the Dodgers. It is what it is. Did not read the Heyman quote from 15 minutes ago. Mets are close to a deal. Oh my God. I think Steve Cohen thought he had him in the bag too. He did. He didn't want the pressure of New York. Of course he didn't. Come on. Are you kidding me? Of course he didn't. And yes, Chris, the Dodgers are probably going to three-peat. But you know what? Baseball's funny, man. Baseball's not like other sports. It's not like the NBA where you get to in the NBA, when you have a top 5 player, you're like guaranteed. You're a top 5 player and a top 15, top 20 player, you're pretty much guaranteed to go to the finals. Right? Baseball's different. You could have the 2 best players and still not win. You could have the best pitcher and best hitter, and if you don't have a good bullpen or a good lineup for the rest of the way, you're not going to win shit. So yes, the Dodgers have a bunch of things that are really good. They got a good bullpen. They got the best closer in baseball. But we'll see. Let's see Diaz again. Diaz came to New York the first year. He was a nightmare. He was a nightmare. So I don't know how good Diaz is going to be. I don't try. Like Diaz to me, he was great last year, but he wasn't. He was really good. I can't front. He was really good. But let's see. Let's see. If I'm the Mets, look, it's not. You want to talk about Bo Bichette maybe? But is he a fit? Not really. You got Beatty at third. Unless you want to move Beatty to first. But again, that's nonsense. They're keeping Beatty. They're going to go all in on him, which we already know. So we'll see. Again, I get the disappointment. I see it. I see it on the TL. I'm with you guys. I am with it. But again, $60 million a year for this guy. You guys really think he's worth that? Again, great player, not perfect. Not perfect. So it is what it is. So Someone said LeBron ruined professional sports as we know it. Why? By going to super teams? But again, in baseball, it's very hard to have a super team and win year in, year out. It's hard. Think about it. Look at the Blue Jays. They were this close to winning the World Series. They were close. Dodgers eked them out in extra innings. It was a crazy Game 7. So, the Blue Jays are just as close as the Dodgers. And the Mets, they got a lot of work to do. Still got a lot of work to do, but Bellinger's out there. Who else is out there? Eugenio Suarez. I don't want him, though. Christian says Dodgers legitimately have like $1 billion payroll. Yeah, but of course Ohtani's $70 million doesn't count, which is such nonsense. It's the biggest bullshit. But yeah, Framber's out there. Forgot about him. There's still time. Look, even with Tucker, the Mets weren't guaranteed to make a playoff spot. It would be better. They'd probably be like an 85-win team. But are they a 100-win team? Fuck no. They're not even in the 90s. Give it time. I know you're pissed off. I am too. But again, let David Stearns put this team together. Let him do what he did with Milwaukee. Mike says at this point, let's just play the kids. I get it, Mike. I get it. I 100% get it. And I'm with you. You know, play the kids. Who cares? Who cares? Let me get this Knicks game up. But bear with me. I'm not going to play the whole game tonight. But look, we lost out. Kyle Tucker. Shout out to my guy Hector. He called it. He said he's probably going to Dodgers. It just, you know what this tells you? It just shows you these reporters know nothing. They know nothing. There's fan reporters that are better than these guys. None of these guys know anything. It really is. It's a bunch of crap. What we were told. Oh, the Mets are going to blow away. The Blue Jays are in there. It was Mets and Blue Jays. And the Dodgers squeak in and get their guy, like always. Tough team to beat. But again, if you have enough pitching, you could counteract the Dodgers. Now, they got great pitching. But think about if you have a team and you got 3 starters that are borderline aces, young kids that could throw tons of innings, and then you got a lights-out bullpen, you can then beat the Dodgers. That's how you do it. So, am I pissed off? No. Am I disappointed? Yes. I'm disappointed. That would be the words to describe me. Because I really thought that we were close. But I guess he just used the Mets as leverage. Again, a lot of these players, they're scared of the Mets. They're scared of the Yankees. They don't want to come here. I don't know. We'll see. Are you the Mets now? Do you go hard after Bellinger? Do you offer Bellinger a 5-year, $250 million contract? But the difference is he's 31. Tucker's going to be 29. So it's a bit of an overpay. A real overpay, really. But the good things with Bellinger is you can move him to first. And first base, you could kind of age gracefully there. So maybe you offer Bellinger 4 years at $50 million a year. Christian says, Heyman claimed 12 hours ago Mets offered him $50 million. Yeah, I think they did. But again, these guys don't want the pressure of coming to New York. It's that simple. You guys don't see that? They don't want to come here because they're scared. They don't want to be the savior. They just want to go to the Dodgers where they could hide behind Shohei Ohtani, hide behind Freddie Freeman, hide behind Mookie Betts, All the pressure's on them. What kind of pressure does Kyle Tucker have right now? He's got none. He's got nothing. He's got zero pressure. Knicks are up 13-3, by the way. Guys, these modern day athletes, they don't want the smoke. They want to go to a team, sit back, collect $50, $60 million, and have no pressure on them whatsoever. And you know what? I don't blame them. I'd do the same shit. I would. Think about how easy it is for Kyle Tucker right now. I go out, I play right field or left field. I play for the Dodgers. I'm behind like 5 guys that nobody wants to pitch to. And I sit back and I hit 30 home runs in my sleep. So understand why guys want to go there. Because it's a joke. There's no pressure on you. And you're going to get tons of pitches to hit. So I understand why Tucker chose the Dodgers. I totally get it. And again, like Michael says, Tucker wasn't going to make the Mets win a World Series. And he's right. He's right. Whatever. It's Kyle Tucker. We didn't lose Aaron Judge. We didn't lose Juan Soto. We lost out to Kyle Tucker. Not the worst thing in the world. So, again, you got to pivot now. Can't intentionally walk Ohtani 30 times a game now. But you know what? Look, Freddie Freeman is what, like 35 now, 36? Mookie Betts declined last year. They got a great team. Don't get me wrong. They're still the best. They're still the team to beat. They're still the champions. But, they're not automatic to win a championship. Look at, they only won 94 games last year. Do you know no team in baseball won 100 games? Not one team. So, yeah, the Dodgers are much better. But Milwaukee won more games than them. Philadelphia won more games than them. And the Blue Jays and the Dodgers had the same record. So think about that. Crazy. If I'm the Mets, look, I pivot, go out, bring in a pitcher, see who's out there. And you go out and you go try to land one of the best. Go out and trade for a pitcher. What do you got to lose? We have the kids to do it. That's what we really need. If we're really being real, the Mets need starting pitching more than anything. More than anything. Hey, Bullseye, if you want to come up, you can. Shout out to you, Bullseye. Bullseye's like, I called it. I mean, is it that crazy? Is it crazy to think that this was going to happen? Everybody wants to go there. Everybody wants to go to the Dodgers. I get it. You want to win. You don't want pressure, I guess, in Tucker's situation. But, what else do you have to give? What do the Mets got to do to get somebody here? What do we got to get somebody? $70 million? It's crazy. Christian says, Dodgers are still, 200-300 away from bums, though. Very rarely will everyone be healthy and have career years. Yeah, and Christian, I agree with you. I agree with you. Again, these modern day athletes, and again, I'm not talking about the best of the best. I'm not talking about Judge. I'm not talking about like Soto and these guys. I'm not talking about who are the top 5 players in baseball right now. Judge, Ohtani, Soto. Those are the top 3. And then after that, it's kind of like, who else would be up there? Would J-Ram be up there? Maybe. He's a star. But seems to me, what's been trending the last 3 years is guys just want to win. And they want to go and play for a team where you have no pressure and you get paid a fortune. And I guess guys like the warm weather. If there were Florida teams that had big payrolls, guys would go to Florida. People don't want to fucking live in New York where it's freezing. And again, New York's not for everybody. There's certain players that are built for New York. Jalen Brunson's one of them. Aaron Judge. Even Soto. Soto's built for New York. Francisco Lindor. These are guys that can handle the pressure. Kyle Tucker's not one of these guys. He's not. I don't get it. I guess the money was more. And if anybody could fill me in, please. Fill me in. I'm going to check. I'm going to look at what latest with Passan. Jesus. 4 years, $240 million. Includes opt-out. So he's going to get $120 million for 2 seasons. And then he can opt out. My God. So I guess the Mets were willing to go to 50. And I saw something with the taxes with LA too. Like the taxes are better. New York taxes are crazy to be fair. But Cali's even worse, true. But I did see something about LA and taxes. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I actually looked up the Canadian thing. But again, that was based on Kyle Tucker getting like 36 a year. I didn't know he was going to get this much. Who would have thought 60 a year? I don't think there's one person on the internet. Maybe there's some genius on here that called 60 million a year. But I didn't see it. That to me is nuts. Again, it's Kyle Tucker. He's a good player. Is he a superstar? No. Very good player. Not a superstar. Not at all. I can name 10 players better than him right now. Vlad Guerrero. Rodriguez. J-Ram. Who else? Raleigh. Kyle Schwarber is probably a better hitter. Who else? J-Ram's on an unbelievable contract. Is Lindor a better player than Tucker? He might be. Plays shortstop. He plays a more demanding position. Yeah, fuck it. Lindor's better than him. Who else? Alex Bregman? I'd say they're about even. That's who Kyle Tucker's in. He's in the Alex Bregman category of star. Great player, but not a superstar. But $60 million a year for this guy? That to me is nuts. That is nuts. So, again, I thought $50 million, and I thought that would do it, but Dodgers coming at 60. Think about that. This dude made $120 million after 2 years, and then he can opt out and get a long-term deal. And he'll be what, 30? No, so he's younger than Bellinger when he opts out. He better be good. He better be good, or he stays on this. But again, this is why I think there's going to be a work stoppage next year. I'm telling you, there's going to be a salary cap. There's got to be. Because if the Dodgers win again, you might even see teams like the Mets say, this enough is enough. But it remains to be seen. People are pissed. This is a travesty in the game of baseball. There's a wealth tax in California. Enjoy. But Vlad Guerrero supposedly took a bunch of money up front. Now, we don't know this with Kyle Tucker yet. It's like a signing bonus. And since he lives in Florida, or his residency claims it, they can't tax it as much. But we'll see. These guys are a lot smarter than I am. These accountants and all these other guys. So we will see. We will see. So now the Mets got to pivot. How do you pivot? How about start by getting going out and getting a frontline ace or a number 2? Get a Freddie Peralta in here. Would that make you feel better? Make me feel better. We got Freddie Peralta. I'd feel great. Because technically, I think we kind of need pitching more than we needed Tucker. Again, if you put a gun to my head and asked me who the better fit was between Tucker and Bellinger, I would say Bellinger. Simply because he plays center field. But do you want to give Bellinger a 5-year deal for age what? 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. That's crazy. Maybe you get Bellinger on a 4-year deal. No, offer him $50 million a year. See if he takes it. What do you got to lose? Ohtani, Judge, Soto, Lindor, Freeman, J-Ram, Raleigh, Schwarber, Guerrero are all better than Tucker. Okay. Call the Padres. They need to shed payroll. Hey, imagine they got Tatis Jr. Now, then you're talking. That's another guy. He's a superstar, Tatis Jr. He's a much better player than Tucker. Not even close. Nah, I was just talking about position players. There's like 10 guys that are better than him. $60 million a year, it's crazy. So if Skubal ends up going to LA, that's when they'll call for a salary cap. If they win again. If the Dodgers three-peat and then they go out and get Skubal next offseason, you might even see Steve Cohen ask for a salary cap. Get a salary. There's going to be at least a salary floor, I'll tell you that. There's going to be. And again, is a cap the worst thing in the world? Seriously. Knicks are up 31-19. Shamit's playing. Oh, my God. Watching Yabusele is absolutely terrible. OG with the nice play right there. Good job. Yeah, so, look, man. It just goes to show you none of these reporters know what they're talking about. None of these people on Twitter know what they're talking about. The bottom line is players want to go to places where they're going to get paid a lot of money, where they could raise a family, and I think where there's no pressure. They want to go to teams that win. So that's why they keep picking the Dodgers. Thank God we got Soto. Seriously, thank God for Soto. People will talk shit about the Mets and, David Stearns and Steve Cohen. They got us one of the best players in Juan Soto. Now it's time to put together a team around him so he doesn't leave after 4 years. We got 4 more years of Soto. And look, every other sport has a salary cap. Every single one. Christian, you read my mind. Football, hockey, the NBA. They all have salary caps. If you add a cap, the question is what the cap will be at. Well, I don't know. It would probably have to be somewhere in like 300 million. And teams like the Mets and the Dodgers and the Yankees would have like 2 years to get under it. They'd have to give them a grace period to get under it. Because that's the way it has to be. Because if you're the Dodgers and Mets, you can't just shed payroll. And remember, there's going to be 2 teams that they're going to add to baseball. And then they're going to add a bunch of like new divisions. with 4 teams in each division. It's going to be like the NBA. That's if they put a salary cap in. Now, again, I can't guarantee it. But at this point, I mean, you should probably do it. Because if the Dodgers keep getting guys, it's crazy. $60 million a year. Now, the question is, did he defer money? If he didn't defer money, I don't blame Stearns for not signing that. Damn, this makes the Pete Alonso contract look a lot more like, dude, why didn't we just pay him? But again, to be fair, the team never won. And I was the first guy to complain about this team never wins. So I can't be a hypocrite. The core never won. So can I complain about, the Mets not getting Alonso? Sure. But 5 years at, what was it, 150 or 160 was nothing. Let's see. Discount Dave and Uncle Steve are not on the Dodgers level. Real big brother. Well, is anybody on the Dodgers level? Elvin. Is anybody? Really? Seriously? Who's on the Dodgers level? There's not a team close. They offer everything you want. They offer Japanese players a short flight. They offer the American players a team to win. They offer the Latin players the same thing, a team to win. It's like they have all the ingredients. They have the best player in baseball in Ohtani. They have nice weather. It's a nice city. A lot of traffic. But I guess that doesn't matter. You know, if you're rich enough, like if you're getting paid $60 million a year, you can take a helicopter to the games. Doesn't matter. But that's why guys go there. Because what do we got? We got another trade. It's the same one. Rays, Reds, and Angels. So Angels get Josh Lowe, Reds receive Brock Burke, and Rays get Gavin Lux. Not that you guys care. At this point with the Mets, man, just give me a competitive team. I don't. At this point, play Brett Beatty, play Vientos, play, pitch one of the kids. Obviously, you have Holmes. We have Manaea coming back. I don't know. It's disappointing, but even with Tucker, were we winning a World Series? No. The answer is no. The bullpen got better. Sure. But did we are we on the level of the Dodgers? No. Are we on the level of Toronto? No. I mean, we won 83 games last year. And our pitching sank us. Starting pitching. No team, again, when you win like the Dodgers win, you become a destination. And if you guys are old, I don't know if you guys are old as me, but I'm old enough to remember the 90s Yankees. Everybody wanted to go there. Why? Because they won every year. And that was a thing for 15, 20 years. Really, it was a thing for 30 years. And now, the latest trend is the Japanese players are the best players, and they want to go to LA. Why? Short flight to Japan. I can't blame them for that. Regular stars want to go to LA because they don't want to be the guy. Knicks up 33-23. They were up by, I think, 15 before. Jordan Clarkson gets blocked. Yeah. Elvin says the whole MLB is not on the Dodgers level right now. And you're right. You're 100% right. But for the Mets, again, Kyle Tucker was going to play left field or right field. And he was one of the worst defensive outfielders in Major League Baseball last year. It was like him and Soto. So is that really the upgrade that we needed? Yes, at the plate, yes. But in the field, no. If I was the Mets, pivot, see what Cody Bellinger wants, see if you could work with him on a 3-year deal. Let me look at Cody Bellinger's age. I think he's going to be 32, but let me know for sure. Cody Bellinger. See, I like Bellinger because he plays center field. Oh, he's 30. All right. He'll be 31 in July. So if you give him a 5-year deal, that's not crazy to me. Age 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So you figure in the last 2 years of that deal, you put him at first base. And even after year 2, you move him from center field to left or right. He's the better fit, to be honest. Now, I know the Mets fans like the idea of Tucker because he's a better hitter and has a higher ceiling. But again, this Cody Bellinger won MVP. He's not a fucking scrub. He's not. He's good. You see what happens? We got McClain. We got Sproat. We got Scott. We got Tong. Worst things in the world have happened. Again, thank God we got Soto. That's all I'll say. Thank God for Soto. Imagine where this team would be right now without Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. You have Simeon. I mean, at this point, see what some of these kids are made of. See what Carson Bench is. If you don't want to go after Cody. See what he could do in center field. Maybe he could be the next, I don't know. I want to say Pete Crow Armstrong, but I don't want to use that guy as an example. I don't know. Maybe he could be a light version of Byron Buxton, something like that. But I think he's a lefty, so I'd have to get a left hand. Look at it. Let's see what these kids have. We weren't going to buy a World Series anyway. Even if we got Tucker. What were we going to how far were we going to go? Even with the pitcher, too. Would be a wild card team. And then you got to hope you get lucky. If I'm the Mets, I give Stearns full autonomy now to build this team. You can't do it, you can't do it. I really think the Mets thought they had him. And what happened was, Dodgers came in, said, Mets are offering you 50, here's 60 for 4. Mets were probably at 5 years. They probably said 60 mil a year, take it or leave it. I'm just curious to see what the deferrals are, if there's any. See, the Mets, I think where they struck out was with Kyle Schwarber. Now, I know he wanted to go back to Philly, but that would have been the perfect guy for me. Because he can hit 50-something home runs. He replaces Alonso in the lineup. But now you have to rethink this. Do you just go out and play kids? What do you got to lose? Seriously. What do you got to lose? Let's see what these pitchers are. Let's see a full year of Sproat, Scott, Tong, McClain. See a full year of these guys. Checking on the Knicks game. They're in a commercial. I'll tell you a score. Give me a second. Wow, Knicks only up by 5, so what are you going to do, man? Again, I understand, Met fans. I understand you're pissed off. I understand your frustrations. But honestly, let the president of baseball operations build this team. Let him do what he did in Milwaukee. We had a core. We had a core for 7 years, and they could never win. The closest they got was the NLCS versus the Dodgers, and the Dodgers blew them out. Well, they won in 6, but you guys get what I'm saying. Now it's time to let Stearns build this team on his own. Get a pitcher. Get another outfielder. Get a guy that hits lefties. How about that? Get a guy in here that hits left-handed pitching. Because we hadn't had that in years. We've been getting killed by lefties for the last 5 years. Go out and get a guy that mashes lefties. I don't even care. What's his name? Andujar. Go out and get him. He mashes lefties. I think he had 9 homers and like a 960 OPS versus lefties last year in like 100 at-bats. He could play left field. You platoon him. Maybe you bring up Jet Williams. Carson Bench, they love him. Just go the kids route. They got a bullpen. You have hope in the pitching staff. Manaea is not going to be as bad as he was last year. Senga, if he rebounds, you're set. He's got potential to be an ace. And you go from there. I get the frustration, I really do. But again, there's worse things. The Mets didn't just need Kyle Tucker. We still need another starter. We still need another guy off the bench, in my opinion. We need a guy that hits left-handed pitching. What does Cody Bellinger get? I don't know. I personally think he's going to get the years. I would think he's going to get tons of years. So we'll see. Let's check on the Knicks. 35-30. Start of the second quarter. Steph Curry's in, taking up the ball. Let's see. Obviously, Brunson's out. Cat's in. OG's in. Jordan Clarkson's in. Deuce. Steph Curry's got it. Passes it out. Well, tough time being a Mets fan. I'm with you. But again, let David Stearns build this team. Enough. We didn't win with Alonso. We didn't win with Nimmo. We didn't win with DeGrom. Rethink the entire thing. If you see a guy out there that you could trade for, go and trade for him. That kid Doyle on the Rockies. Go get him. The center fielder. He's got like 4 years left to control. I think he's a right-hander. He's kind of like Luis Robert, but he's a good fielder. It's disappointing, but it's kind of to be expected now. Every free agent, top free agent, wants to go to the Dodgers. And they don't care about money. They don't. I don't think the Mets care about money either. I think they care to a point. But do you blame the Mets for not going to $60 million on Kyle Tucker? If you do, that's on you. It's Kyle Tucker. It's not Aaron Judge. It's not Shohei Ohtani. It's not Raleigh. It's not J-Rod. It's not Guerrero. It's not J-Ram. It's not Freddie Freeman even. You can make a case that the Mets could pivot and see what Bo Bichette wants. See what he wants. What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Now, where he plays, I don't know. But he's right-handed. He's clutch. But I don't think the Mets see him as a fit because I think they believe in Beatty. But you could always move Beatty to first or to the DH, trade Vientos, try to bring in another pitcher. That's what I would do. Pitching is the number one priority. Pitching's the reason why we lost last year. Not hitting, pitching. And you can make a case that lineup 5 through 9 was awful last year. It's not going to take much to upgrade that. You could literally get anybody and plug them in center field, and they will be better than the production the Mets got last year out of center field. Anybody. Like a replacement level player is better than what you got out of center field. Jeff McNeil was playing center field for the Mets last year. Brandon Nimmo was playing center field for the Mets last year. I don't want to see that. I want to see a guy with range. A guy that could go, rob home runs. I want to see a guy that could hit too. Not these bums. We've been retreads. Now everybody's pissed off about losing Alonso and Diaz and Nimmo and McNeil. Most fans probably aren't mad about that. But we never won. And even if we got Tucker, we weren't going to win with him either. We still have to get another pitcher. Like, if you really want to put together a playoff team, it wasn't just Tucker. You needed another starting pitcher, at the very least. You needed another right-hand hitter off the bench, like a DH, if Vientos is a nightmare. Maybe Mauricio, with a full year on, with no pressure, does something. I don't know. But let's see what David Stearns does. That's what I want to see. Let's see what he could put together. It's at the point now, the Dodgers are so far ahead that even if you get Bellinger and, you get Freddie Peralta, the Dodgers are still this far ahead of you. But to the Mets' credit, their bullpen is better. Much better. And bullpen is like half the battle to winning in MLB. Seriously, it is. But I don't got anything else for you. I apologize. I know Mets fans are fuming right now, but look, again, let's see what this roster is. Let me check if there's any other news on this Tucker thing. I don't hear anything about deferments. And people cursing out David Stearns like, dude, relax. Like, the guy get offered $50 million a year. He took 60. So Robert Murray was right all along. Robert Murray was the first to break it. So shout out to Robert Murray. Where's he from? Fan-sided. He's got 100,000 followers, so he's legit. He's got to opt out after 2 years. Crazy. But Mets fans cursing out Steve Cohen and David Stearns. That ain't it, man. That ain't it. They tried. It's just they don't have to offer what the Dodgers have to offer, which is a winner, which is no pressure. The Mets don't have to offer. The Yankees don't have that to offer. Frankly, no other team in MLB has that to offer. Maybe the Blue Jays, maybe, because they were that close to winning the World Series. But baseball's funny. Just because you stack a super team doesn't mean you're going to win. Doesn't mean it. There's injuries, and it's not like baseball, and it's not like football where when you have the quarterback, you're generally going to win, and you have the offensive line and the defense. A lot has to come together in baseball for you to win. So with that said, I'm out. I appreciate everybody that came here. Let's go Mets. I'm watching the Knicks game. I'll see you guys later. Good night.